Hello everyone, this is Sherwin here from TechOS, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Terminal on OS X. Now this video has been requested by Robert Butler, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to find Terminal on your computer, and I'm going to show you just 3 different commands that I think you should know, not for any particular reason, but I just found some random commands, and I thought these might be quite interesting for you to know. So, to get to Terminal, you can do this in 3 ways. You can either go to your applications folder and open it up from there. You can navigate to it in your Launchpad, or as I'm going to show you, you can open it up via Spotlight Search. So if I just type in Spotlight Search, I've already done it. However, if you just type in Terminal, hit enter, and you will launch Terminal. Now, with Terminal, you have a sort of programming interface. I don't really want to put it that way because that will sort of confuse many people. But essentially, what you use Terminal for is just it's one of the uses could be restarting certain things. So perhaps you've changed settings to the dock and you want to restart it. Just that as an example. Well, that happened to restart your whole computer. So that's an example of when you'd use Terminal. I haven't used it very much. I've only used it once, actually, when I changed a dock setting. And yeah, so I've only used it once, like properly, other than sort of messing around and testing out new features. But anyway, so the first command I'm going to show you is how you can save your screenshots to a different folder. Now, by default, if I go ahead and take a screenshot here, by default, as you can see, it saves the screenshot down to my desktop. As you can see over here, I've got my screenshot there. However, let me just delete that. If I don't want to save it there, and I want to save it to this screenshots folder that I've created up here, then I'm going to show you how to do that now. So, in Terminal, what you've got to type in is default write com.apple.screencapture. So I spelled that one correctly. Yep. So screen capture and then location. Now I'm going to click space, and now I want to show you something. You could just type in / users / I could just type my name here and click on, obviously, desktop and navigate to the correct folder. However, to save time, instead of doing that, once I've hit space, I can just click and drag this into Terminal, and it will automatically put the directory there. So that's very helpful. Now I just hit enter, and it will say unknown. Don't worry, it's worked. You've just got one last thing to do. All you've got to do now is sort of restart. Don't know what you'd call this. Here it's called SystemUIServer. So the way you restart something is you just type in killall, all one word, killall, space, and then SystemUIServer. Once I've done that, it should have restarted it. So now, if I take a screenshot, as you can see, it no longer appears on my desktop. If I go into here, there's the screenshot I just took at 9 o'clock. It is currently 9 o'clock. So that's how you do that. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And if you decide at a later date that you don't want to do this, you want it to revert back to saving to the desktop, then you've just got to do the reverse. So, well, actually, I wouldn't call it the reverse. You've got to just set it to do it to the desktop. So you do the same thing. Default. In fact, what you can do is I can, if I want to, copy this and just paste it there. So that's that one down. Now this one, You can just go into Finder and drag the desktop folder into here, but I find it actually easier to just type in I would just type in /users, and note how I'm starting each new word with a capital letter, and desktop, and then /. Now if I do that, obviously I need to restart my system UI sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Killall system. Sorry, I'm a bit slow here. UI server. I'm going to hit enter, and now I'm going to take a screenshot. As you'll see, it is back onto my desktop. Let me go ahead and delete that once again. Now the next sort of command I'm going to show you is also related to screenshots. Now what you can do is you can set what type of file format you want screenshots to be saved as. So the default is, I'll take a screenshot again, is a PNG. As you can see, if I open it, it opens up a preview as a PNG. Pretty standard. You can see the icon up there. You probably can't make that out on the screen. However, it's a sort of image icon. However, you can change this. So, say for example you wanted this to be a PDF. Just an example, you can change it to any file format. If I wanted it as a PDF, then what I'll do is I'll type in default dot write and then, sorry, not dot, what do I need to write? I'll need to write and then com.apple.screencapture, and then I will type in, instead of location this time, I'll type in type, so relating type of file, space, and then I will, type, space, and then I'll just do all capitals PDF, enter. Now I've obviously got to restart my dock, killall, and then SystemUIServer, and then I can just go ahead and click on enter. And now if I take a screenshot, you'll see what happens. As you can see, it is no longer it's plain image. If I open it up, preview will open it up as a PDF. As you can see, there's slightly not as good quality as a image would be, and it's scrollable. That's not an image. Image you can't really scroll. It will just open a plain text. So, sorry, not text, a plain image. So now I've changed this to a PNG. Sorry, not a PNG, a PDF. Obviously, I want to change that back. I do exactly the same as I did with the location. So I type it in again. Default write com.apple.screencapture, and then I'll click space, type, and then I'll click space again, and then this time I'll just type PNG, and then killall system UI server, hit enter. Now I'll take a screenshot, and there you go, it's back as an image. So that's about like image screenshot types. Next one is not related to screenshots. It is related to checking sort of how long it's been since you last logged out on your Mac, or sort of how long you've been logged in. Now, I always shut down my Mac when I'm not using it. Occasionally, if I sort of go for a toilet break or something, I will go and get a drink or something. I will obviously put it to sleep, like just close the lid or use go up to the Apple logo and click on sleep. However, sometimes you may not do that, and I know a lot of people don't. And obviously, it's good to regularly shut down your Mac, or even just restart it, just to keep it going healthy. sort of speed it up a bit. However, some people like to keep track of how long they've had their Mac on for, when was the last time they logged out. So there's a way to do this. It's very simple. All you've got to do is type in uptime, hit enter. As you can see, it will give the time, so it's 6 minutes past 9, and I've had it on for 5 hours 49. Now today I did leave it on. I know I shouldn't have, but I did anyway. I did have it plugged into power, so that's fine. And I can see the load average, and 2 users have been on, so that's another reason why I left it on. I wasn't the only one using the machine. And yeah, so that just gives a bit of information. You don't need to restart anything. That's just a simple type in uptime and you will get to that piece of information. So that was a look at terminal in OS 10. In case you're wondering, you've probably been wondering for this whole video, how will I remember those sort of commands? I will put them in the video description below, and all you have to do is, if you actually want to type them out, you can sort of get used to typing them out if you think that you're going to use them on a regular basis, or you can just copy and paste them straight into terminal and you should be able to go from there. So if you've got any comments or questions on this video, do put them down below. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. You can also get in contact with me. All of the details will be up at the end of the video and in the description. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.